Greetings. This is your full body CARS routine. CARS stands for controlled articular rotation, and it's the way that we move every joint, every major joint in the body through its pain-free, full range of movement. You can think of a CARS practice as the veggies of your movement practice. It's a daily practice you can do that's the foundation of health for your body and your joints especially. A couple points I want to make about CARS before we move. The first is irradiation. This is a term we use to describe full body toning, so we can really isolate the joint we're working on. So when I'm moving the shoulder, when I move my right shoulder here, I want to tone everything else, the abs, the glutes, the legs. So when I move this arm through, I don't twist in the torso or distort in the other joints, but everything is held still and we can isolate the movement in a single joint at a time. The second point is about the closing angle in a joint. Whenever we're moving the joint, we never want to move into or through closing angle pain. And what I mean by that, let's look at the neck. If I take the head this way, here's the opening angle that's stretching, here's the closing angle that gets smaller. So if there's ever anything that's like a pinch or sharp or shooting on the closing angle, I want you to go around it. And that might mean if we're making a circle, your circle will look more like a triangle or a trapezoid. That's totally fine. If you need to back a little bit out of that end range of movement to avoid a pain point, absolutely. And these CARS will get more fluid over time. Take a wide stance with your feet, your legs, arms at the sides. Make fists with your hands for a little more irradiation, more tone through the arms. Squeeze your butt, claw the toes down, keeping your eyes open and your lips together. We'll start with the neck. Drop your chin towards your chest. Turn, scraping the chin towards the right shoulder. Then the right ear drops back. You move through the center. Left ear towards left shoulder. And then twist, chin towards chest through the center. Again, dropping the ear back. Moving really slowly, like 1 mile per hour. Next time you're at chin to chest, move the other direction. If you feel lightheaded when you do neck CARS, you may be going too far in the back plane. Some people get a little compression in the vagus nerve, so just pay attention to that. Try keeping your eyes open and going a little bit less deep if it feels at all uncomfortable. And then bringing that to a close, come to the center. Cross your arms over your chest like this. Hands to shoulders. Again, stabilize, and it's the same movements in the thoracic spine that we have in the neck. So you round the chest forward, keep your hips stable, twist your torso to the right. When you can't twist anymore, drop the right shoulder blade back, move through the back bend, the side bend, and then you're at the left, ready to twist through center again. Try to not shift the pelvis forward and back. That'll make your circle a little bit slower, or a little bit smaller, I should say. Totally fine, but again, we're trying to isolate the movement in the thoracic and not get movement in the pelvis. Switch directions after your third round. It's hard to keep the neck and the head stable here. Just do the best you can. I'm trying to not let my head drop back, but keep the chin tucked as I move into the back plane there. And then bringing that to a close, we'll come to hands and knees for our spinal CARS. Start in a gentle back bend shape. And then beginning at the base of the spine, tuck your tail. Try to isolate vertebrae by vertebrae, walking up the back towards the mid back, the upper back. Eventually the neck lifts and the chin tucks, keeping the tuck of the chin. Untuck the tail, low back, mid back, upper back, neck. One more like this. And then starting at the base of the spine. And once you're here in the back bend shape, we'll start at the top of the spine. So keep the lower back in its back bend. Tuck your chin. Lift the neck, upper back, mid back, low back. Tuck the tail. And then keeping the tail tucked, I find this a little bit harder. Move the neck, the upper back, the mid back, the low back, eventually the tailbone. Try one more like that. And then the tailbone stays stuck, tucked, untuck the chin, move into the upper back, the mid back, eventually the lower back and the tailbone. And stay here and work the shoulder blades on all fours in this closed chain. So the shoulder blades pull towards each other, squeeze your upper back, up towards the ears, down towards the ground, and then towards the pelvis. So they go towards each other, up to the ears, around towards the ribs, down the back. One more like that. And then switch directions. Try to smooth it out so it becomes more of a circle and less of those four distinct actions. All right, once the shoulder blades are complete, step up to stand. Stand with your feet a little wide, slight bend in the knees, squeeze the legs, squeeze the glute, left arm across the ribs, so there's no movement here. Right arm at the side, elbow crease, fist forward. And then the right arm comes across the body, up overhead. You'll start to feel a sticking point as you move into the back plane. That's when to rotate internally. Rotate as much as you can. Bring the arm at your side. Reverse. It goes back. It unfurls. Goes up overhead. Try to keep the elbow straight. We're moving just the shoulder. Crosses the body, and it's back where we started. Again, cross, up. Watch here as the arm goes back. The ribs want to move, so I'm staying toned in the abs, using this left arm for feedback. And then reverse. A lot of tension in the body, so we're creating this movement really isolated in the joint. Right arm across the ribs, left arm through center, up overhead. Start to move into the back plane and then rotate internally. You'll feel it's tempting to twist there, really isolated in the shoulder. And the purpose of CARS is to tell the nervous system that we intend to keep using this range of movement. There's not occasion through most of our day to move into every single range of movement in the body. And we'll find that if we don't use it, we lose it. So that's part of the intention with the CARS. Up overhead, crosses the center without the torso moving, and then down at the sides. Bring your feet more narrow for the elbows, arms at the sides, elbow crease, palms forward. Bend your elbows, squeezing the biceps at the top. Rotate the palms away and extend out. Well, you'll see for me, my right elbow doesn't bend fully after my broken arm, so I just go to the place that I can. And this is true for all of us in CARS. There might be structural limitations. There might be times of life that we're moving through healing an injury. Now stay here, palms down, and then squeeze up. Rotate down. Turn, squeeze, rotate, extend. One more. Rotate, squeeze, rotate, extend. All right, wrist please. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this. Turn the palms up, forearms up like you have a glass of water right here on the forearms. Palms come down, in towards the center, up and out. What I don't want to do here is rotate the forearms. We already did that. So the hands come down, in, up, and out, isolating the wrist here. And then go the other direction and see if you can smooth it out more so it feels like a circle and less like those 4 unique movements. Bringing that to a close, come to a wall or place your left hand on a chair, the couch. So we're not focusing on balance here, but instead the hip action. Right leg, as you bend the knee, crosses the center. Lift the knee, flexing the hip, and then rotate externally. The foot comes in, the knee goes wide out to the side. When you feel that sticking point, start to rotate internally, and the right knee meets the left. Kick back, external rotation. Get the leg up, 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 comes through center, and then it meets the left. One more, cross the center, rotate externally. Begin to rotate internally. Rotate internally as much as you can. So when the knee comes down, the foot's a little wide, really cranking that inner rotation. And then kick back. Rotate out. Take it up, around, and it meets the left. Spin to switch. Left leg through center, abs are braced. Rotate externally. When you can't open anymore, start to rotate internally and bring the left knee down by the right. Kick back, rotate, lift the knee, rotate, rotate. Comes back to the starting point once more. Step down, turn around, and now just the right knee. Lift your leg with the knee bent. Turn the knee out so the toes go out to the side. Kick the leg straight. Don't move the thigh. Turn the knee in. Draw back. Turn out. Extend. Turn in. Flex. Turn out. Extend. Turn in. Flex. Extend out with the inner rotation. External. Flex. Internal. Extend. External. Flex. And while we're here, we'll do our ankle cars. Extend the leg out, point the ankle, bring it in. Foot comes up and goes out. Big circle. Keep your knees straight and isolate this movement in the ankle. Once more, little snap, crackle, pop, totally normal, and reverse. To really focus on the tilt, turning the foot in and out. That's one of the actions that we really tend to lose as we age. And ease it up. Step down. All right, let's do the left. Lift your leg to hold, just like a touchstone. My left hand on the thigh here, because this is not the thigh rotation. We did that. I want the thigh to stay steady. The left knee turns out. You can think of the shin rotating out, and you extend. Turn in, flex, turn out, extend. Turn in, flex, turn out, extend. Once more. And then keep that, flex, turn in, extend, turn out, flex. Turn in, extend, turn out, flex. And our ankle cars, point, in, up, out. 3 of these. And then the other direction. And then while we're here, let's do some toe cars. Take the feet hip width, lift and spread all your toes, bring them back down. Again, lift and spread all the toes, bring them down. Now lift and spread all the toes, just take the big toe down. Lift the big toe up, Press the other toes down. All toes up, big toe down. All toes up, 4 smaller toes down. All toes up, try to piano toe from the pinky, ring, middle, pointer, big toe. Again, all toes up, piano from the little to the big, and bring that to a close. Hope you enjoyed the CARS practice. If you have any questions, shoot me an email.